You guys, welcome back to the Code 40 Adventure. Welcome to some sad and Auburn news. Especially, I moved now, so I moved only 55 minutes away from San Diego, and it sucks. Another team is gone. Another team has passed. There's no more football in Well, there is still football in San Diego. It lives on, but not for the outdoor game per se. The indoor game, it lives on in San Diego, and I hope that doesn't go as well because it looks like it might be unless something changes very, very, very soon. So. But anyways, we got out of the gym this morning, worked out, got to the gym around 10, working out and go to Planet Fitness. Not the best gym and much cheap for what I'm paying for because I need it, so. But they had the whatever it's called, what's it called, yourself or speak to yourself or speak. So that whatever Fox Sports 1, they had all the news from the Herd with Doug Gottlieb this time. The Herd, Colin Cowherd will be on the show tomorrow. They had like speakers have all those. With all those guys. So, but yeah, they announced that the AAF has ceased operations, no more Alliance of American Football. I was huge on this. We had a team in San Diego, and then I moved, but I still could have gone to the games, only 45, 50 minutes away from the stadium. But it wasn't mean I was going trying to kill this bug. But, oh, he saw me. But anyways, sad news. City of San Diego's hurt because we literally poured our hearts out to this team because the Chargers left. We've been chanting at all the games, Dean Spannos, you suck. This team and blah, 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 Chargers suck and all this down the third. And then we literally poured our hearts out to this team. Like the city of San Antonio feels the worst. City of Birmingham also feels the worst. Like, the city, those cities. Like the only team that came out, I know, was Orlando. Steve Spurrier talked about it. It was sad Auburn news to hear him say it. You see the players in the background about to get ready to go to practice, but nope, they have to pack their bags. This video's on, I think it's San Antonio News on YouTube talking about it. Like the players are about to ready to go practice at the Alamo Dome until nope, they have to pack all their bags and put them in the cars. And then our local, not mine anymore, it was. Now since they moved to Temecula, it's more Inland Empire, so I get more of the LA news now. But I still follow all my former local news in San Diego, and they put a video on YouTube from ABC 10 talking about it, saying it sucks. Like players, the fans who got their tickets for our last home game, our season ticket holders went to go try to go pick it up at the ticket office, but nobody was there. So sorry, we're closed for the remainder of today. Blah blah blah, kind of spiel, and there's like a phone number call if you need any assistance, whatever. But that's it. They finally brought back that stadium to life when the Fleet was there. Because before the Fleet, it was just college football, San Diego State football, and there was barely anything around. Once the Fleet came on, it got people getting their jobs back for 5 games. But at least it was something. Brought the stadium back to life, brought the city of San Diego back to life because it was just college football. It was like just dead. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt when if people go see San Diego State college football games. And they're like, the Fleet played here. But it really sucks, Doesn't mean pro football. Yeah, it's professional outdoor football left San Diego. But the indoor game left San Diego, the indoor football league games left San Diego a while ago. A long time ago, till it finally came back with the San Diego Strike Force. So far, the San Diego Strike Force hasn't won a game yet. And it feels like the team is very... It's very cookie cutter, very just like poor. Like some of the uniforms just rip easily. Some of that, like the logos on our helmets for the Strike Force are just small. Like I see other teams in the Indoor Football League, how much are big. They have bigger logos. Like San Diego Strike Force, and the Tucson Sugar Skulls are two new teams in the Indoor Football League. I think it's like a 10-team league now. I think it's 10 teams now in the indoor football. So we're expansion. Like when our first home game, the field we got like a horrible field. Now we got a new field, but still we have no logo in the like I guess I call it 50-yard line, but at the middle, or they call it 25-yard line in this game. They usually have like a team logo in the front. Like when we first had our first home game, we had a team logo on it. It was just very like we like pasted on in the field, just off on the boards. Are so old. I hope this team survives. Honestly, because if they don't survive, if they don't win a game this year, they might fold. To be honest, but the league's still gonna go on. Just because if the San Diego Strike Force leads the Indoor Football League doesn't mean all the other teams are leaving. This league's still gonna go on. Without the Strike Force. It was the hope they win a game, and now it's going to bring more fans. The final home game for the Fleet was April 14th, and that same day, the San Diego Strike Force had a home game, and it was against. Oh man, I got the Angels game on, but I'm an Angels fan. But anyway, Angels baseball game. But yeah, I forgot. Oh, what is it called? I totally forgot what it's called. Oh man. I forgot we're playing, but I know we have a home game April 4th, but yeah. So now it's probably more Fleet fans and more fans that were Fleet fans. I mean, we're all are Fleet fans, but we can't be Fleet fans anymore because it's done. All gonna go to the game. I hope it brings more fan attendance now. I didn't want it to be that. I wanted to have at least steady fan attendance for each team, the indoor team, and our outdoor team. But now it looks like it's gonna come. It's going to be probably more fans hoping for the indoor team, and it comes to fruition because it's very sad. It sucks to see this team have to go. It sucks for the league. I really do feel bad. Bill Polian and Charlie Ebersol put their heart and soul in this. And then I think they should have gone with somebody else. That guy, that Dundon guy, whatever the guy they got, the Carolina Hurricanes owner and all this, came in to help him out. Cool, great. But they should have had somebody else help him out, not this guy, because this guy did him dirty. And now there's reports saying the players have to go. I saw one report saying that they're going to pay for the players for the last hotel this week, and that's it. They have to pack their bags. I heard some reports they're saying that the league's telling the players that to buy their own airplane flight to go back home. Some players don't even have a home. And when they did the ABC 10 news for San Diego Fleet, they said one of the players had to pack their bags. And they're like, 17 hours to go to whatever his parents' house or his mom's house, whatever it was, one of the players. And he's like, I have nowhere to go. So it really sucks. Like, some of these players could be homeless. Some players have to go take airplane flights to go back to their homes. Like, they put their heart and soul living in that city. They went around, for 5 home games. Basically, 10 games they had. I don't know, they probably had to pay for their own hotel every single time they played a game here, I'm assuming, unless some of the players actually have a home in the city that they had an AAF team, like San Diego Fleet, plus some players already had a city there, or had a home there, or whatever. But the rest ought to probably have to buy hotels every game. So every time they come practice, they have to get a hotel, blah, blah, blah. It really does suck to see that, and having the players have to pay their own thing. I think the league should do that. It's unfair. This league didn't last long, It sucks because they should have gone with somebody else, to be honest. This guy was just like a flat out, I'm not going to say it, but the D word dick. Oh, sorry, YouTube. You can flag me all you want. I think this guy was bad from the start. I don't know. Cool, thanks for helping us out for I think whenever we're failing, and when they announced week 4 or 3 or 5 or something, they announced we're failing and they didn't pay the players. And if you guys fall any of the players that fall, Trent Richardson, he went live. I told him did you guys get paid? He said, yeah, we got paid. Probably when the guy came in, but yeah, the players got paid. But it just sucks. It truly sucks. So there won't be no more outdoor game action for spring leagues till next year, which will be the XFL, Vince McMahon's league, then the Freedom Football League, which a lot of people are hating on just because they're doing this league basically off Colin Kaepernick, how he kneeled for the game, and how all night he's doing like rights and racism and like standing for your rights and blah 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 blah. And there's a report. Go to YouTube and there's a guy. He must be from Oakland. He loves the Raiders. He interviewed some of the people who are like GM stuff for the Oakland Panthers. It's one of the teams in the Freedom Football League. He interviewed them. He said the league's gonna start May of 2020. So he's really like, I think what this league is doing, trying to compete with the CFL, because the CFL basically has their games in June, and it basically goes all the way to like November. This one, I think it says like May to August, which is like a spring summer game for the Freedom Football League. They're gonna have their spring summer game action. But yeah, they just try to compete with the CFL. I don't think that's gonna work. But the CFL's probably like freak out, happy, woohoo! Like they're freaking like ecstatic right now, like 'cause they're pissed when the AAF announced they're doing this league. And sorry, I'm hungry. I need my dinner, but when they announced the league was coming, they were pissed. CFL's like they're taking all our players, basically. Yeah, they're pretty pissed. They're not quite happy now, like, oh, this league's over. But they still got McMahon's league, and they still got, I think, a competitive league to the CFL, which would be the Freedom Football League, because they're both going to start at the same time. They're probably, I don't think the Freedom Football League is going to end before the CFL season ends, because CFL season ends in November. That's like when they had their final game. The Grey Cup is in November. But yeah. I think because CFL starts, I think it's pre-season at least, it starts in June, then it starts after that. But they're going to have some competitors come next year. If this Freedom Football League actually works and actually takes off, because San Diego's getting a team, and Birmingham's getting back another team. So Birmingham, since they have like I said, the Fleet and the Birmingham Iron are gone, they're going to have their teams back with the Birmingham Kings and the San Diego Warriors. I don't know. No. San Antonio's not going to get a Freedom Football League team. It's in Austin, actually, called the Austin Revolution. So the city of Austin is going to get a football team, a Freedom Football League team. Oakland has a team now called the Oakland Panthers. They're trying to fill cities and stuff that they used to have NFL teams that left, like Oakland, San Diego, kind of spiel. There's going to be a team in Connecticut. They call it Connecticut Underground. There's going to be a team in Ohio. I don't like that. It said, I don't know, me and my mouthful, disrespectful, sorry, that they're trying to get teams for any spring league, whatever they start up. And they say they don't have NFL teams. But when I look at this, some of them already have NFL teams. Ohio has the Bengals and the Browns. Why would you put it there? You know? Oklahoma's getting a team. Orlando. They call it Florida Strong. That's a team, but they already have an NFL team. They have a couple. The Jaguars and Tampa Bay. And the Miami Dolphins. So, I don't get it. XFL's putting teams, and since they already have NFL teams, the city of LA, like, I don't think they're going to embrace the XFL team in LA, because LA already has the Chargers and the Rams, and also UCLA and USC. And they support all four of those teams, to be honest. I mean, the Chargers not really much. It's more away team than home team at the Charger games, but still. But still. They're getting XFL, and they're getting an XFL team in freaking Tampa Bay. Come on. You have the Buccaneers. You got a team in New York. You have the Giants and the Jets. Houston, you got the Houston Houston Texans. Like you got to market. If you want to, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say this, but I have another thing as well. If you want to start spring league, you got to market to the cities that don't have an NFL team. Period. End of story. Because you already have one with cities that already have NFL teams. Ain't gonna work out. Fans probably won't show up. You might get low fan attendance. To be honest, like the AAF had some teams and stuff that really didn't have that much fan attendance. Like get to go cities that don't have a team. Any market that doesn't have a professional, not NFL, that doesn't have an NFL team. That's it. You know, like that, and then it'll work. Like San Diego, anywhere else in the West Coast, I guess. Only San Diego will work for the West Coast. San Diego and basically Oakland. That's it, because you won't go to LA and you won't go to San Jose area over there, because that's the 49ers. So you probably go with Oakland and San Diego for the West Coast, and for Arizona they already have a team, so forget that. You can go to cities that don't have it. Colorado has a team. You can go like to New Mexico. You can go for the West. You can go to Las Vegas for getting a team, but forget that. Mostly the big metropolitan, big area. I think New Mexico will work. Because when the AAF kind of did like, oh, we're gonna expand, they had New Mexico in the title. They had Louisville, they had Kentucky. That's a big rural city. Like you won't go to the Dakotas because it's too small. You know. Yeah, the fans will support. Yeah, but Dakota already have like indoor teams. They dare support, but you want to go to big cities that don't have NFL teams. So like, you can go to Texas, but really like you want to go like to San Antonio, Austin. What else? Rio Grande Valley, San Antonio, Austin, Rio Grande Valley. What else? Corpus Christi. Any of those small ones. They don't have NFL teams. But we're gonna go to big areas. We're gonna go to small towns. Cause small towns, yeah, people support it, but we're gonna go where they used to have an NFL team, or at least a big city that can get an NFL team. That's where you want to market at. I feel like you can start any spring league team, any spring league. I think it's all gonna crash and burn. If you're not like the whatever they call the USFL, whatever that lasted like 3 seasons, but still, I think honestly, spring football leagues does not work. To be honest, I think your best. The only thing for that is just basically the NFL. He'll watch CFL, and then all the indoor leagues. It's the only things that are gonna survive. To be honest, I think any of these spring leagues that are coming to America, I think it's gonna be a fail. It's going to be a complete fail. That's what I think, to be honest. Like, you can start any spring league. I don't think it's going to exist. Even if you have all the money in the world. You know. Honestly, I don't think it's going to work. I truly do. Not going to work. I'm being serious. I don't think it's going to work. You know. I don't mean in a mean way. I just think it's not going to work. You know, Vince is coming out the second time. But he still put teams in cities that already have NFL teams. And honestly, I don't think it's going to work. Honestly, I don't. You know, even Freedom Football League going to cities that don't have NFL teams, it's going to work. But any of the spring leagues ain't going to work. You know. I think United States of America loves the NFL, right? I think too much football is too much football. Yeah, the cities, they have the indoor league. Some people watch the indoor league still. The indoor league is fun to watch. You know, kind of surprising that the Arena Football League still existing. And they are. I just hope, they were down to 14 of the league was in the fold for the Arena League, but it's still going on. I think the only things that are going to last is the indoor games, any arena games. The AFL, Arena Football League, the Indoor Football League, the AAL, the NAL, all those leagues, all the only ones that are going to exist. To be honest, all those developmental or any of those professional arena games are the only ones that are going to last, to be honest. Honestly, I don't think any spring league that's going to come up, you can make any league in your city. I don't think it's going to last, to be honest. I know they started one, Tom Brady started one, it's like a 4-team, I think spring league called like the Pacific Coast League or something like that. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think these are gonna last. To be honest, I'm being serious. Like, I don't think they're gonna last. Even if you market to any other cities don't have NFL teams, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna last. I really don't. They they love us Americans love NFL. After that, they're like, no more football. Okay, cool. We get a rest period. We get to some people watch the draft like myself. I watch the draft. I watch the combine, pro day, all that. Like we get excited to see that. See men's in tight little shorts and a tight shirt, run the 40, do their drills, one-on-one drills, whatever have you. Like we love that stuff. Like after the NFL, cool. We get to see any big college name that we know of your favorite college team, whatever it is. Mine's UCLA. Basically, you know, like we love to see that. Then we love to see the draft. Like who's gonna get drafted after that? We're like months away. We get OTAs. We get all that good stuff, right? OTAs, all that good stuff. Then we go right into the preseason. After that, boom, or no, whatever, training camp, all that. Then preseason, then the NFL season starts. Like we get excited to see that. Yeah, we have these cool spring leagues popping up here and there, but then we watch and then we're like, it takes away from us seeing the combine, the draft, all that good stuff. Yeah, I want to see these players succeed because they should honestly, personally, they should have worked with the NFL, but they didn't. They want to be their own league. We don't want to compete with the NFL. They're complementary. Like they should have worked with the NFL to make a developmental league. Like I remember a while back, the NFL was thinking about making a developmental spring league. A while back, though, a couple years ago, and that never happened. So if they would have got on board the NFL, it would have worked for a while till because every league you see out there has a farm system league. The MLB has their farming system league with the MILB, the minor league baseball league. From the A, Double A, Triple A, then MLB. Yeah, the NBA has their farming system league, their minor league called the NBA G League, NBA Gatorade League. Used to be called the NBA D and NBA Developmental League. Then you have the MLS has their developmental league with the USL, United Soccer League Champions, or it's called United Soccer League Champions. But then they have United Soccer League. The United Soccer League started their own with League 1 and 3, like Tier 4, Tier 3. But United Soccer League is like the farming system for the MLS. The NHL has their farming system league with the AHL, the American Hockey League. That's their farming system. That's where players get called up from that city, go up to their professional team. If it's the Ducks, if it's the Kings, if it's whatever. That's where they go up. Like the San Diego Gulls are the farming system league, basically to the Anaheim Ducks. That player does good for the Gulls, and if the Ducks like him, they'll send him up to Anaheim. You know, all these leagues have their farming system league. As long as the NFL can get their farming system league down and do it well, it will last. I'm saying that any of the league won't last. I feel like it will, and they're not saying, oh, the indoor game should be the farming system for the NFL. No, it shouldn't. The outdoor game, because yeah, you can work. You can. It's hard for some people to work in the confines of a 50-yard field with the walls and very short, only 22 man roster, because that's what they are. Arena games are 22 man roster, 50 yards in a small confined space. But if the NFL can get their farming system down, it will freaking work. I'm telling you, it will work. It will work. That's just me. It will work. Like I guess how like a farming system for. I'm not saying maybe you could do all 32. If you could do all 32 NFL teams, whatever, great. But just at least a couple NFL farming system teams for NFL teams, that would be freaking great, and it'll work. People will probably watch. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Like not a lot of people watch the G League because maybe it's not in the city. They don't have a team in the city, but a lot of people don't watch the G League, which I think they all should because it's fun to watch. Like some big NBA star that didn't make it or got cut has to, he ain't gonna go nowhere else. He's gonna go to the G League, right? Unless an NBA team can pick him up after he gets cut, but he's gonna probably go to the G League or I don't know, but it really sucks, The indoor games, they don't pay the players that much in the indoor game. Maybe like $1,000 for the season, but that's it. These players got a 3-year contract, $250,000 for the year. That's their contract. Sign it 3 years, $250,000. Now to see them, there's a video of San Antonio players packing up their cars, so I can say, gonna miss you, man, gonna miss your teammate, blah blah blah. But maybe you could say the CFL is. People probably saying like, "Oh, the CFL should be the farm system." No, this yeah, it's good for players that got cut to go at least work on their stuff, to work on at least to, tighten up, or maybe the spring league should be the farm system for the NFL. That will work, I guess, right? Because it just started. I think today the spring league players are practicing. The XFL is working with the spring league now. You know, maybe the spring league should be the farming system for the NFL. That should be their system, the spring league. But the spring league is only, I think there's like an East team and a West team or whatever. And the spring league, once the AAF announced they're folded, the spring league came out and said anybody who got tickets or wherever got their tickets to the San Antonio Commanders game can bring their ticket in or whatever, reverse their ticket and come see a spring league game. That's cool. It's not awesome. I'm not a big spring league fan. Yeah, Johnny Manziel joined the spring league. It was cool. Like, it gets players to just hone their craft. Not really like they play so many games. They only play a couple games. Like, the spring league's not like a long league where it's like 10 games, 50 games, all that. So I think it's just a couple games. I remember they used to live stream when Johnny Manziel was in the league. The live stream on Bleacher Report. I think it was free. But it's nothing big, But that could be the farming system for the NFL, the spring league that they do. There's a league that was supposed to start a while ago. It's called like the major spring league or something like that. I don't know, like major football league or something like that. That's supposed to be a spring league. That never took off. They put about it. I thought it would be a hit. Never took off. I think the NFL should have a farming system league. Any other big league, big name leagues in the United States have farming system leagues. MLB has that, like I said, the MILB, the minor league baseball. NHL has the AHL. The freaking MLS has the USL. What else? Did I miss one? I don't think so. No, I'm saying for freaking football, they should have a farming system league. I think I'm missing one. NBA has a G League, like I said, the G League. Any other league out there that's big, that's a big major league, a sport, probably has a farming system league. That's the only big ones I know. Look at the WWE. I guess you call it sport, not really sports team thing, but they have their developmental farming system. They have the NXT, which is like not players, wrestlers to be good. It's like it's like indie wrestling and all the indie shows you see in your local area for like indie MMA. They do really, really good. They get called up to go to the WWE, Raw, SmackDown, whatever. Like for like indie MMA shows, like if you do good, you can go to Bellator, and then if you do good in Bellator, you can go to UFC. All that. That's like a farming system league. Or farming system, whatever. Company. For boxing, you do, I don't know, boxing is a farming system league, but you do good in like, I guess, just regular boxing. If you do good, I guess, in like undercards, and you work your way up to be great. Look, and then you get a title shot match, and you do good. And you call this big time. Look at like Ryan Garcia. Oh, not overly hyped. He's hyped. He's one of the biggest boxers now at age 20. Undefeated. He started like an undercard, now he's on the main card, but only doing like maybe 10 rounds, 8 rounds, working his way up to 12 rounds, and working his way up to title. That's a farming system league. Anyways, they should start their own farming system league. Like I said, every league already has their farming system league or something close to that. You know what I'm saying? So let's hope it works out. Nothing fails, and then that I hope the XFL does succeed. I hope it succeeds one season, not feel like the AF only lasting eight games, and that was it. Literally just 8 games. And yes, I understand. I agree with some of these reporters saying that they rushed it. They did rush it. They're like, we gotta get a spring league out really quick so fans can enjoy some more football. Let's just get it out. Let's get it out. Come on, let's get it out. I see the XFL and all the other leagues are starting. Like the XFL announced in 2018, so did the AF, and the XFL announced in 2020. The AF announced in 2019. So, and they probably announced it basically at the same time, almost. I think the XFL announced it first, and the AF came out second. But nice guys finished last. So that if you ain't first, you're last. So well, now I think it's the XFL is probably telling the AF that if you ain't first, you're last, and the AF is last now because they're no more. Unless something miraculously happens, say, oh, guess what, guys? We found somebody, but it's official now. No other teams besides Birmingham and I think Orlando and San Antonio. San Antonio ain't putting the out yet, but I think it's just San Antonio. San Antonio, Birmingham, and Orlando, the only ones who kind of came out and said thank you, fans, blah blah blah. Kind of spiel. So we'll see. If something miraculously happens, they are bringing back the AF, and cool, but. Is that they're gonna attack Orlando now because he brought it back or something miraculously happens? I don't know. We'll see. You know? Only time will tell, right? So anyways, we'll see what happens. I hope the Freedom Football League or the XFL, one of these leagues survive. If not, the NFL has to think of a farming system. A farming system. Because there's a YouTuber. If you gotta know, what's her name? Oh, man. No. Oh, dude, she's like an Olympic gymnast. She's married to, her name's Andrew East. Right? He's an NFL player. I think he might be still now. He's an NFL player. He's like, what they call it, a snapper, long snapper. She's married to one of our former Olympic gymnasts. I don't know her name. But yeah. He posted his vlogs going, he posted videos of him going out to just tryouts for like, I don't know, they call it practice squad. And like, if he makes her, he gets cut and all that. Like, you see that. It's sad, they can't make an NFL team. You gotta have a farming system. If the NFL can get a farming system, I'm telling you, it will freaking work and fans probably will watch. But have it, like, before the season or, like, right before the draft. Just start a little farming system league, And say, hey, let the Minnesota Vikings have a farming system league, a farming system team called, like, whatever, the Minnesota something, I don't know. Because I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm just throwing it out there. The Minnesota Vikings 2. Something like that. Like how these soccer leagues have their own. Like United Soccer League, like LA Galaxy has their farming system team called LA Galaxy 2. Like they call it Minnesota Vikings 2, Denver Broncos 2, or whatever, Denver something. I don't know. Dallas Cowboys 2, or LA Rams 2, LA Chargers 2 kind of thing. Let's just name it 2. Or whatever. That could be their farming system team. If that player is good, they get a call up, they can go play for the whatever. Let's say they don't have, like, let's say they have a farming system team for the Chargers, but they have in San Diego. That player is good for whatever, LA Chargers too, but just in San Diego. And that player is go bring up, let's say Trent Richardson plays for whatever. Let's just say, I don't know, Trent Richardson plays for LA Rams too, right? They play in San Diego. He does good. Oh, we're gonna bring him up to the Chargers and have him play now for us. Kind of spill. They should have their farming system, and if they do that, it will work. But right now, I just hope the XFL will work, and I hope the Freedom Football League will work, or at least one of them will work. If not, like I said, it's back to CFL, and it's back to indoor football. That's it. Because you won't see any more spring leagues. If people still try to do spring leagues, unless you can work with the NFL and not say we're complimentary, let's actually get a farming system going, I'm telling you, it'll pop off and it'll work. And I think people might follow. Maybe some people won't. But market it like close, I guess, to NFL teams, right? But like out of state, but like kind of close. Like there's some teams that are part of the MLS that have like. They're not in their city, like Orange County Soccer Club or Orange County Anaheim. It's not in LA, it's in Orange County, but they are the I guess the affiliates to LA Football Club, which is in LA. So they're like out. They're still in the city of California, but just out of their way. You know, like some of these teams don't play in the cities of where their MLS teams play. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if they can do that, it'll work. But that's just my take on it. So I think that's for watching. Like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe for more. All the NFL needs to do is start a farming system, and if that works, it'll pop off. Just throwing that out there. So I'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all. Sad to see the AF go, but I don't think it was really Bill Polian's and Kelly Ebersol's fault. It was Dundon or Dundon or whatever his name. Dun Noodles. I don't know. Dudan or something. I don't know what the frick call this guy, but yeah, it was mostly his fault. He backed out. They're button heads and nothing worked, and he's like, "I'm leaving you guys. You know, I'm the guy who basically providing you money at this point. I'm out. See ya." There goes the league. You know. And I guess they needed $20 million, $20 million to finish their season and get whatever the last games for the last games if it would have worked. But nope. They can't even have God help them. I wish God could help them. You know, I pray tenfolds over the AF, but yes, I am religious, but I don't want to bring any religion here. I'm just saying. Sucks, you know. There's supposed to be more news released. It said at 5 and 6, but nothing yet. So we'll see what happens. If we get more news tomorrow and other stuff with the AAF, but right now, we'll see if any other teams come out and say thank you for your support, blah, 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 blah. So we'll find out. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all later. But let's hope the XFL, the Freedom Football League, will work. Because after that, there's all the... If anybody watches, if that's going to be televised, the Pacific Coast, the one that Tom Brady started, the 4 teams, any of these leagues survive, because if not, there'll be no more spring football, I'm telling you right now, in the United States of America. There'll only be the indoor game, and there'll only be Canadian football. That will be the only ones that you can watch, because unless something miraculous happens, if the spring leagues don't work, we're going to call all the indoor leagues. But I think the indoor league games are going to work, and then the Canadian games are going to work. But spring football, if these other 2 leagues, 3 leagues don't work, ain't gonna work. Unless the NFL can think of a farming system, then it will work. But right now, it ain't gonna work. So thank you guys for watching. Leave it down in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about this news about the AF folding? Pretty much folding. Only a couple teams came out and said thank you for your support, blah, blah, blah. But we'll see what happens. Only 8 games, and that was it. I had a Fleet poster they give away. It's like a schedule posting. I had to take that down. I have one Fleet t-shirt, but it sucks for all the fans who had to buy all the merchandise. And the merchandise was pretty high. $40 for a hat like this. This hat was like, I think, $25, $30. So it was cheaper than some of these hats they have for the AF. Yeah, because it has starter, White House, starter. This is freaking New Era. You know what New Era is? Some hats were like 30. Some of them were like $40. Jerseys were just, some of them were like 100. Then they had jackets that were like 130, almost $200. Helmets they sold for like $200 and $300. Like some of the footballs were pretty expensive. Like some of the, just a plain t-shirt like this. This is an old Arena Football League t-shirt that I still have. I like Kiss. But this shirt could have been, mine just said San Diego Fleet on it. That's all it said. And it cost me $30, $25. I think it was like 20. It was like 25 got from Dick's Sporting Goods. Yeah, and it was $5 more for tax. I guess it was $30 for a freaking shirt. Like, come on, I got this. This shirt was probably like, I think 20 when I went to the LA Kiss games. I get shirts that are like $15, $21, the max. Like, I never spent high on t-shirts, and they're ridiculously priced. So maybe that's why it feels sucks for all the fans who buy all the merchandise, man. It really does, It really does. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you later. Let's see. Hope we get any more news.